All right, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the Whopper Plopper. Basically what this is a topwater bait. So I would be fishing it with braided line. Some guys, when they tie it on, they'll tie it on with a split ring on there. That way, if a weed gets caught in this prop, it prevents the main body of it from twisting over and tying up or twisting up your line. What I mean by that is if any kind of weed or something, any kind of gunk gets in the prop, in the joints of that right there, it's going to stop the prop from turning and make the body turn. You don't want to get twisted up, because then you'll just end up with just destroyed line. It's never a good thing. You don't want to lose any fish like that. Basically what you'll be doing is you'll be throwing this and you'll just be reeling it in. It's going to kick that propeller and make kind of like a wounded duck or fish type feel, and then a bass will come up and get it. I'm fishing a 90. I would recommend fishing a 130 or a 110. The 190s will generate some huge bites if you have anything like that in the area. The 90 is primarily used for smallmouth and spotted bass. That's because it's a little bit smaller of a bass. They can get those hooks into their mouth a little bit better, and you'll have a higher hook rate percentage on that than you will on the 130s. I'm going to see if I can't get anything decent to bite the 90 today. Just like the color of it. It's a nice calm day. That's the ideal time you want to be using it, because you want to generate that sound and pitch it off the bottom. If you'll be using a 190, I would recommend using it on a muddier bottom or a softer bottom, because it's going to give off different noises, and that way you're not throwing them all over the place and catching smaller bites on the 190. So like I was saying, you want to throw this bait basically and just reel it in. A lot of guys will use 7 ratio on some of the bait casters. I'm just using a 3 to 1, but I'm going to be cranking this thing. You want to get this thing moving up top. So we're going to see if we can't throw a couple casts and get a couple bites. All right, so another thing about this bait is you're going to want to be throwing it with braided line. That way that line floats on the surface of the water. You'll also ideally want to be fishing it on a medium action rod with more of a glass type build. That way you can fight the fish a little better. Also, if you do generate a hit, just like every other topwater bait, you have to hesitate and wait. Just kind of give it a couple seconds, not really, just whatever you feel comfortable with, and then set the hook. You have to let that fish get that bait into its mouth so you can get a proper hook set on it, because a lot of times people will set the hook immediately off the surface hit just because they saw it and they want to get that fish on as fast as possible. You don't want to do that. You want to hesitate and wait a little bit. That way you get the proper hook set and you can land that fish. Here we go. Didn't even have to unhook it myself. A bad little 13-incher, huh?